Andrew!
Yeah. Jesus.
It's Whiteboard Wednesdays.
What day is it?
I'm Kyle. This
I'm
is
Andrew.
We're here to talk about what goes on truly when you are searching for a home online. When you find that house, you click and you go and meet your agent for the first time. So we're going to break down that process and what it means to us as realtors.
Yeah, we really want to dive into like who you're getting when you're searching. So we all know right now, everybody's got a phone on them, everybody's got a tablet or a computer. So most of the time when you're just thinking about buying a house, you're starting your search online and you're most likely using the big sites, Zillow, realtor.com, etc. So a lot of times if you don't have an agent or you haven't worked with an agent before, or right now you're just excited to see this house, you know it's a competitive market, so so what happens? That's what we kind of want to dive into.
Right.
So really, it all starts with the search. You're looking on realtor.com, you're looking on Zillow, and just scanning through the towns, a price range that you think you're gonna find, and then all of a sudden this house jumps out at you that you think is gonna be perfect fit for you, your family, whatever, investment. So after that, you kind of want to, obviously you find the home, and then what do you do next? You click for a showing, you click for more information, and you think you're gonna get the listing agent. Almost every time you think you're getting the person who has the house listed, and really that's not the case.
Right.
So really, ultimately what we want to, like who you're getting is most likely you're getting a site rep, somebody who works for Zillow, somebody who works for OpCity, Realtor.com, or whatever website you just clicked on. You're getting somebody who works for them, and after that, they start vetting you. They're asking your price range. They're asking you if you're pre-approved. They ask you how long you've been looking. Some of it is they're trying to find an agent that wants that criteria you just clicked. Another reason they're asking all these questions is because they're while they're talking to you, they're finding an agent. They're going to the round robin who's paying for those leads in that area, and they're trying to get an agent to answer the phone. So after that, they can connect the both of you together. They're like, are you available? Because they want you to talk to somebody right away because they have an agreement in place where they want to get paid. So if they bring you to an agent, all of a sudden that contract that they have with that agent starts.
Right. So this here is where we have some issues about the process in general and just, how you're served as someone who's looking for a house. So in this whole process, the only person really that's being vetted is you, which I don't feel like that should be the case. We should be vetting the realtors. You're the client, so you're not the one who should be really qualified at this stage in the game. There's a million different ways that they will find an agent. Some brokerages pay for leads. It could
Some
be
are
a
working
new
for
agent. Right.
Yeah. They work in a different way where sometimes an agent or a brokerage is paying for X amount of leads per month, so they're guaranteeing that they're going to get X amount of phone calls. So that's usually a monthly cost that they're paying. Other times there's like an agreement where that realtor is offering at closing a certain percentage of the commission that they earn.
Now, to be clear, you could go through this process and end up with a rock star, wonderful agent who absolutely does a great job for you and is extraordinary throughout the deal. However, there are some issues with this methodology. If you're a brokerage or an agent and you're paying for leads and you're just trying to increase your numbers, so you're just trying to get listings, get clients, you lose the human side of things. I mean, just like with anything else, if you kind of make people numbers, you start to forget they're people, and you might not kind of put your all into it. Or we talk a lot about fiduciary duties. I believe that extends right to the first meeting. So because
you're that agent that you want, that you're working with, to ask the right questions. Are you pre-approved? What you can do pre-approved? What towns? They know the towns that they're working in, so they can give you the right information regarding that house and that property. Where since you started this search, like we said in the beginning, you think you're getting the listing agent, the one who knows a lot, but you're really not. You're getting a random agent who is paid for that lead from this major site. So these sites pay millions of dollars to get you to click on them because they want a portion of that sale. So there's money trickling down from all directions.
Right. But it can be like a snowball effect. So the more money that they're making, the more agents they want to be paying them to get leads. If you're an agent and you're only getting leads through these methods, you just want more leads, because the more leads you can show them that you do deals on, the more they're going to give you.
So basically, there's different ways that you're getting this agent. You're getting an agent that's either paid for the zip code, that is fastest to answer the call. So you could be going to an individual agent that has paid money. They're newer, they have a budget, they just want more leads. Really, they're looking for that, obviously, to grow their commission base for a reason. So it could be a round robin to them, or first to answer. I know you get like when you're on the answer calls, you get anxiety when that phone is ringing. And if you're working with somebody, you're doing something else, your mind isn't there, you're at one of your kids' whatever,
right.
Or you're working another job at an open house, like you want to answer that call because that's a lead that you paid for or have, or they get scored if you don't answer the call, where you get dropped down, that next call may not go to you. Or there's certain brokerage, as you know, like that pay, and they want a ton of agents that work under them because they're getting a portion
just to pick up those leads. So the whole point of this is, how do you, as a buyer or a seller or whatever, how do you ensure that you're getting someone who's
not just looking for the commission, the next deal to improve their score?
Not quantity over quality. You want someone that puts quality first and will do right by you. So you have to advocate for yourself until you find a good agent to advocate for you.
So the question is, how do you do that?
How do you fix it? Yeah.
So ultimately, what we think is your best bet and your best solutions is, number one, is your sphere and your network. Your friends, your family, your attorneys, your accountants, your neighbors, they have all used a real estate agent at that point, and you can ask them who they used. Did they have a great experience? Have they used them multiple times? Because ultimately, they're the ones that have used them in the past. You're not just getting a random person who may be great, but now you're getting an actual person that you have a relationship with, and that close percentage is much higher when you're using an agent that has a relationship with somebody you know.
Right. So you can also, on every one of these listings, on whatever site you're on, they have to show the person who actually listed the property. Now, that person may not be who you end up choosing as a realtor, but they are a great resource to get information on the property because they had to do the due diligence to list it. So rather than just contacting whomever,
the first answer, who's paid the most for that,
you would be talking to the person who actually listed the property, and they would have all the info. Again, doesn't mean you have to use them, but they're a great resource if you're just gathering information.
Yeah, some people actually, as we know, some buyers love dealing with the listing agent, and then some buyers are not comfortable using the listing agent. So that's why you can speak with them. You can use your sphere network. Another option is, a lot of people have a past agent that you can reach out to, see if they're still active, see if they're in the area that you're looking in. Because if you had a great relationship with them and you had a great deal, you can use them again. You don't need to just click for a showing. There's a lot better options that we think that you can use.
Yeah, basically it boils down to finding the right agent generally will require more than just a button click, because these systems are in place
for money.
Not to provide you with any type of quality.
But like, this is all built on trying to get some of the real estate agents' commission. And they realize with all this technology, it's a huge billion-dollar industry. And their best interest is making money. Zillow, Realtor.com, they're out for themselves. They're in there, and the agent makes money, but they're actually giving up a good-sized portion to this site to get your lead, where here is genuine.
Right. So to sum up, take a pause when you're doing this process and do this process. Talk to people you know, look around, see who's reliable based on people you know personally or experiences that you've had, not based on who you're given.
Yeah, you can absolutely use obviously these searches to find your home, but just once you get to that, you want to see that showing. Take the time and make sure you have somebody who has your best interest at hand.
Right. So we actually got a question last week, again, on my last video. A guy named Sean Dooley, who, to be fair, I do know him, but I didn't ask him for the question. He wanted to know if you have a home and there's stuff comes up in the inspection that we need to repair. Do we have another inspection after that? The answer to that is no. You just need to provide proof that whatever you needed fixed was fixed.
Yes.
So it could be a receipt from a contractor.
Yeah, typically when somebody makes a request for repair, there's multiple ways you can do it. Sometimes there is a credit at closing where the new buyer can actually hire and have it done the way they want.
Right.
So that's could be a good option, but that may not always be the right option. So sometimes they actually want the repair done, and they put right on the bottom that it has to be done by a licensed professional.
Right. So it doesn't need to be re-inspected. It does need to be rectified. Whether that comes in the form of a credit at closing, some agreement needs to be made between the buyer and the seller that problem, if it's not fixed immediately, will be fixed somehow.
Yeah, and basically your proof is it's been done by a licensed contractor,
right.
and as the buyer's agent or the buyers or the attorneys are going to request that repair slip, and that company should be licensed and insured. So I mean, all work you take with a grain of salt, but for the most part, you want to trust that.
Yeah. So that's it. That was a deep dive.
Yeah.
But we're going to be back. The videos are probably going to get more complex as we go. We're kind of feeling our way through this, but
yeah. And as always, send us some questions and like,
follow.
Try to.
That's us up there.
This is our Instagram.
Yeah.
But you can like and follow us on YouTube as well, or the Seaport site.
Yep.
Thank you.